Hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of Butiki Reptiles. I wanted to start this YouTube channel mostly just to talk about bearded dragons and what I know about them, to share my information with those of you who may or may not already know anything. So this first video that I'm going to make will be about genetics, the different morphs and colors that bearded dragons come in, and what we're working on personally here at Butiki Reptiles. Now before I start, I did want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of us and how we started our business and how I know what I know. So my name's Casey, and I first got a bearded dragon in 2015, so about 3 years ago, and I named him Butiki, which in Tagalog actually means lizard. And since he's my first dragon, I thought it was pretty fitting to make that our business name. So that's kind of how we got the name. We got started in May of 2016. We had a male and a female bearded dragon, and we put them together. We got 30 healthy babies, and we gave them all / sold them all to good homes locally. We are based in Rexburg, Idaho. We actually started our business when we lived in Rigby, Idaho. But now we're like a full-grown breeding operation. When it comes to genetics and such, honestly, most of my knowledge just came from experience and research and talking to other breeders. But I also learned a lot from a genetics class that I took in college. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about 3 of the morphs. There are, I believe, 7 total morphs, but I will discuss the other ones in the other videos. This video will just be normal scale bearded dragons, leatherback bearded dragons, and silky or scaleless bearded dragons. So here is Butiki. He is, sorry for the poop on his tail, he is just a normal scale bearded dragon. As a matter of fact, he's just normal, period. He doesn't carry any hets as far as I know. He's got the spikes on the side, the spikes on the crown of his head. He has little eyelash spikes. If you look really close, maybe you can see it. So he's just a normal scale bearded dragon. Now, I'm gonna let him run around. I will show you a leatherback bearded dragon. So this is Coral. She is a leatherback, and as you can see, hopefully compared to Buddy, let me click on it so it'll focus a little bit. So she does not have as many spikes, especially right down here in like the center of her back. You can tell that she's quite a bit softer. She doesn't have so many spikes just poking straight out like Buddy did. She still has the spikes on her side. She still has the crown spikes or spikes on her face. But other than that, she's a lot less pokey, I guess you could say. So here's Buddy. He's the normal scale versus Coral, who is leatherback. So if you put him side by side, he's going to try and get to her because he wants to breed with her. But you can kind of tell the difference a little bit. He's a lot more spiky than she is, right? Alright, so I'll put Buddy back, and then I'm going to show you what's called a silky or a scaleless bearded dragon. So, as you can tell, he is super soft. He has almost no scales. He has a few down his back and a few on his head, which is pretty normal for silkies. They're not always completely scaleless. But he doesn't have any of those spikes on his side, and he doesn't have any of the spikes on his face. And a lot of people kind of joke, oh, they look like a burn victim. Yeah, they kind of do, just the way that their skin is. But they're also very, I don't know why it's not focusing, that's frustrating. They're also very prone to shedding problems. As you can kind of tell from him, his name is Exodus. If you can kind of tell from him, he's got a lot of shed falling off everywhere. And they need a lot of help with shedding. I would not recommend getting a scaleless or silky bearded dragon unless you have a lot of experience with bearded dragons, because they really are, they can be kind of a pain. Because a lot of times they'll have shed that constricts on their toes or on the end of their tail that will actually make their body parts fall off and they don't grow back. So him I actually just got as a pet. I would never recommend breeding a silky bearded dragon for a lot of reasons, but it's essentially just not ethical. They're prone to their skin ripping, and yeah, it's just not a good idea. So this guy I actually bought with some missing toes. You can tell they're either formed together from a deformity, or maybe they just had the circulation cut off and they fell off. He doesn't like me touching his feet. But that is pretty common with silky bearded dragons. And as you can tell, the end of his tail is missing. It's supposed to be a lot more pointy than that. And I don't know if that was because he got bit by some siblings when he was a baby, or again because of shed. So let's do a comparison again, if he'll let me. This is a silky bearded dragon, and I'll go get Coral again, our leatherback. This is Coral, our leatherback, and again, she is in shed. Actually, they're both in shed, so it's kind of a good example. Leatherback, and if he'll let me hold him like that, Silky. Oh. Silky versus leatherback. You can kind of tell the difference. Again, he doesn't have any of the spikes on his side like she does, and he doesn't have any of the spikes on his face like she does. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good example. Thanks you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned something from this video. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever those buttons are if you want to stay tuned for some more videos from us. We will finish discussing the bearded dragon morphs in our next videos. We do also plan to have Flashback Fridays, where we will post a new video every Friday from past dragons that we've had or produced, or just funny bearded dragon videos that we have from our past. So if you want to like and subscribe, make sure to stay tuned also on our Facebook and Instagram pages. They're both just called Butiki Reptiles. And we will see you again next time. Bye!